Today is the first day of my job here at Morgan Harris Funeral Home. We're finna get ready to go inside and interview Miss Harris. Plus she's giving me the opportunity to work with her crew behind the scenes. So let's go in and take a look. I'm here at Morgan Harris Funeral Home. Today is the first day. We're here to do an interview with Ms. Harris and go behind the scenes and see what goes on behind the closed doors. I've always wanted to do that, and here we go. This office, let's go in. She's not here right now in the office, so let me give you a brief tour of the place and my job functions and what goes on here at Morgan Harris. This is the chapel. This is where we have our chapel services. Let me turn the lights on so you guys can get a look. Where are the lights at? Turn it over here.
They're on the very top.
This is our chapel where we have our services. If a family chooses to have a service here at the chapel, then this is where it will take place. Let's see if Ms. Harris is in her office now. Maybe she can give us a tour of the casket room and the preparation room. That's Tony Harris.
Hello. How are you?
This is your voice and your vote on taxpayers. It's only
I'm kind of waiting for him. You know,
Ms. Harris.
you scared me. Yeah, y'all ready?
Ms. Harris is in right now. Can you give us a tour of the chapel, of the casket room?
Sure. Okay, we have, you have different type caskets. You have steel caskets and wood casket, and these are what we call our 20 gauge steel caskets. These are sealer protectives. When I say sealer protected, that means that nothing can get on the inside of that casket. It'll be protected from water, rodents, everything.
Who makes these?
These are made by Batesville Casket Company, out of Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are they pretty expensive?
They can be very expensive. They can be your quality, top of the line casket. You have many casket companies here in Houston and in the surrounding areas, but Batesville is top of the line. So
Look like your casket room is pretty full, yeah. All of these Batesville?
all of these are Batesville except for these three caskets.
Oh, okay.
These are made by another casket company here in Houston. And these are all 20 gauge. And these are
When you say 20 gauge, what that mean?
the thickness of the steel.
Oh, okay.
You have 20 gauge, you have 18 gauge, and then you have 16 gauge.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And then after that, then you could get into your precious metals, which would be copper, stainless steel.
Okay.
And
That'd probably be pretty expensive, huh?
they can be expensive.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
they can. But then, you know, for some of us, our loved one, we can't spend enough for our loved ones.
Right, there's no price to,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Do you mind showing us your prep room?
Sure. Okay, you can come this way. Oh, and then, this would be wood.
Oh, okay.
This is cherry wood. Our casket come in different type woods like cherry wood, oak, pine. You have mahogany, different type woods. It's just whatever your preference.
Oh, okay. That look like it's expensive. That's a, what is that? That's a classic?
Yeah, this is a casket that's made by a company in Crosby, Texas. This is a vintage type casket. It takes a special woman, I believe, to be buried in this casket.
Yeah, it look like something from the 1800s.
It does. It's just very vintagey.
Okay.
Okay, and this is called the Victoria's Secret.
Oh, okay. And this is the famous prep room.
Yes, this is the prep room where you see we have employees only, and it is danger. Formaldehyde is used in this area, so you have to be very careful.
And this is the prep room.
This is our preparation area, or known as the embalming room.
Oh, I see you have a body in here, huh?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay.
We are getting ready for services for her, which would be this weekend.
Oh, okay.
And this is the preparation table. This table is used for embalming purposes only. It is stainless steel. Okay. You have a drainage system for purposes of the embalming. We have the embalming machine.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is that? What's that rod there? Stainless steel rod there.
Right. This is called a trocar.
Okay.
Okay. And this is used for injection versus when we go in to remove some of the things that maybe that person had eaten or whatever before they passed away.
Content.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, so we'll go to the digestive system and remove food and fluids from that area.
Okay.
And then also when we go in to inject the different body organs, major body organs, the heart, the spleen, the liver, the kidneys. Okay.
All of those are injected with the fluid.
Formaldehyde.
Okay.
And that's for preserving for funeral services.
What are those chemicals over there?
You have different type chemicals, embalming fluids. You have different kind that have different colors to it. You have different index. They can be anywhere from 16 index up to 36 index. It just depends on the size of that person, the color. Some people have the peachy type tint to their skin. Then you have maybe...
Also, it is according to the skin color, what color fluid you use.
Yes, in some cases. Yes, it just depends. And then you also have clear, okay? And then you have like humectants that will give maybe a glow to that person, give them a radiance.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you have different type chemicals for different type things. It just depends on the condition of the person, what they die from. It's just different purposes.
Oh, okay. Okay. And the makeup is done over there, right?
Yes, this is where we do the makeup, and we find that a lot of people are interested in doing makeup. They think that it's easy, but it's not that easy to apply makeup on a deceased person like it is on a live person.
Okay.
Okay, we do have different makeups that are made for the deceased. You have, well, this is one of my favorites right here. But this is a Revlon product. So I use Revlon because I feel that it gives me the best when it comes to making our ladies beautiful. Okay, so I do use a lot of Revlon over-the-counter items that you can use.
Okay.
And then again, you also have items that's used from the chemical companies that we buy.
Okay. I see you have some extra clothing up here. What are that?
We
Those
do.
are from the deceased or just extra clothes that you have?
These are extra clothing that we do have for our families. If they don't feel that they want to go to the mall or wherever to purchase items, we have items here that they can purchase. We have brand new items that they can use.
Oh, okay.
And we do have a lot of families that choose everything right here. We have jewelry, we have underwear, because the body is to be fully dressed.
The body's be fully dressed?
Just like they do in the church.
Why is that? I mean, socks, underwear?
The whole 9 yards.
That's the law, I understand.
Well, we do that because of respect.
Oh, okay.
Right. We do that because of respect for your loved one. And then we also have different hair pieces that we carry, you know, for our deceased. Different wigs and things like that they can choose from. Okay. And then we also use perfume for our ladies, cologne for our men. We have different hairsprays that we use. And they're just the typical over-the-counter hairsprays.
Okay.
And then we also press hair. Okay, we have all our utensils right here. We also press and curl the hair. We also shave our gentlemen and making sure that mustache and everything is perfect.
Okay.
So we make sure that that person is perfected to the top.
Well, Miss Harris,
Yes.
first of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to work here at Morgan Harris Funeral Home and giving us me also opportunity to do this documentary. How long have you been in the funeral service business?
I've been in funeral service for, I'll say about 21 years now.
21 years?
Yes.
How did you get started?
As a little girl, I used to go to funerals with my father. He's a pastor, minister, and I've always wondered what goes on in the funeral home. And so I guess that started when I was a little girl, and as time went on, I never really thought that I would become a funeral director, but trying teaching and other things I did in life, I found myself back into funeral service, and I've been doing it for the last 20, 21 years.
So you kind of always wanted to do this type of work?
I've always wanted to do this.
Oh, okay. So give me a brief description of your day-to-day operations. What goes on when your phone rings and somebody's calling and needs your services? What happens from that point?
Okay, if a family calls us, and it could be from a home or hospital, first thing we do is get all the information that we can get, and we would then go to make that removal if the family has chosen us to handle the services of their loved one. Okay, we get permission to do the embalming. We cannot do anything until the family gives us permission.
That's called a first call?
That would be called a first call.
Okay.
Yes.
How you doing, Mr. Willie?
I'm doing fine.
Where we headed today?
We're heading down to Mr. Kirk to pick up a body.
And Kirk is the people that do the embalming, right?
Yes, sir. We on the way to go pick her up and take her back to the funeral home and do the final touches on her for services this weekend.
Oh, okay. How do you like driving this hearse?
Well, it's a job. It's a job, and you got to develop a passion for it.
Okay. Mr. Kirk do most of your embalming?
Yes, sir. He's contracted out with the funeral home, and he does a lot of embalming for most funeral homes in this area.
Oh, okay. Once they they give you permission, then what takes place?
Right. Once they give us permission to do the embalming, but then it also determines if they're going to have cremation.
Right.
Because if they're going to have cremation without a viewing, then embalming wouldn't be necessary.
Oh,
but if
okay.
they have cremation with a viewing, then of course we need to do embalming. And embalming is preserving the body for viewing.
So cremation with the viewing is sort of like having a full funeral service, but the body's going to be cremated afterwards.
Yes.
In that case, it's not necessary for them to purchase a casket.
Well, we use rental caskets.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because the body would need to be in a container for viewing.
Oh, okay. So you. So you kind of enjoy your work, huh?
I do. I do.
Okay.
I really do.
Do you ever get emotional at funeral service?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes. Yes. When you come across people that are maybe the age of your parents,
Right.
or children, the age
Right,
of children that you have,
Mhm.
then yes. And then it depends on the reason to why that person might have died.
Okay.
It's a lot of things that you take into consideration.
So no matter how many years you've been doing it, you still find yourself getting emotional sometimes, huh?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I imagine that. I can imagine that.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Darryl Woodard. Today I had the rare opportunity to work with the dressing casket department in the back. I'll be working with Willie dressing an actual body. Come on, let's take a look. We're finna dress this body. I've had the opportunity to work here at Morgan Harris Funeral Home, and this is part of the work. Take a look.
See this little good shirt? You probably gonna have to cut this shirt down. Huh?
Yeah, know a lot of rigor mortis. Might not have to cut it.
You limber?
Yeah. Yeah.
What that mean? He was
That's a
having
that's a
birth-
good embalming job.
Oh.
Doing this, we have to fully dress underwear, socks, t-shirt, if they get one, shirt, but everything. You got socks?
No. One more
Explain
side.
to him what you just did. You put on his undergarment. Now you gonna put on his shirt. Tell him piece by piece.
Yeah. Oh, we're putting the pants on, which could be sometimes difficult when the body is real stiff. Sometimes we have to cut the shirt or the jacket in the back to make it fit. If it's a lot of rigor mortis in the arms. Let's see. If his arm didn't bend like that, we would have had to cut the shirt. See? Not as easy as it looks. Come up a little bit. What is this machine, Willie?
It's what called a body lift, and we use it to lift the bodies to put them in the casket. I got it on yellow.
You do?
Let me get it on yellow. Let me get it on yellow.
Okay, it's straps up under the body, and it's hooked to this machine here. Sometimes you have to use this here to lift heavy people, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah. She needs to come. What you think, Dad?
Bring it back this way a little bit. That's perfect.
Huh?
That's perfect.
Perfect.
So you want to catch that too? Catch that. Oh, I'm sorry.
So, Miss Harris, y'all are getting her ready to be dressed, huh?
She is getting ready to be dressed for her funeral services, which will be
Funeral service is gonna be when?
her funeral services are scheduled for tomorrow. Normally, we would try to have that person ready for viewing by the family by this time, but we ran into some situations where we had to get measurements and things like that to make sure that our casket was going to be the proper size that it needed to be.
Okay.
And actually,
So, tell me what different from the way you do your services as opposed to any other funeral home? How are your services kind of sort of different?
well, we are more attentive to how people look. We try to do makeup and hair, the positioning of the body to perfection. We also personalize services.
Okay.
Right, where we find if they have a hobby or something that they love, they enjoy in life, we try to represent that throughout that service.
Oh, okay. So like a theme.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
All right. So, what does Morgan Harris sometimes work with families that it's not financially able sometimes to pay the whole?
We do, yes. We have families that come through Morgan Harris Funeral Home that's prepared. They have either pre-needs or pre-arrangement funeral plans already set up for their loved one. And then, of course, we do have those families where we service at need, where it's person passed away suddenly. Okay, so we're there to service them either way, from our less fortunate families to families that can pretty much take care of a full service immediately.
Okay.
Right.
I noticed Morgan Harris Funeral Service is located in the Acres Home community. What would you like the community to know about your services? You know?
I would love for the community to know that we're here to service them at their need, at their time of death.
Okay.
As far as price range, we're here to service you within the price range that you're looking for.
Right.
Because we don't want to put anyone in a financial bind.
Right.
We want to be able to service all families, give them the perfect service, because we know this is something that they would be able to carry on the rest of their lives, and we want to be able to service their families in the future.
Okay. You sometimes you contract your embalming out to other people who do embalming.
Right. And we do. We have, I'll say, the greatest embalmers at Morgan Harris Funeral Home.
Right.
They care.
Right.
Okay, they're going to take their time. They're going to make sure that that person is perfected. Okay, depending on, color, size, doesn't matter. They're going to take care of them. They're going to make sure that everything is taken care of. properly.
I noticed where you're located, Paradise Cemetery is right down the street.
Right.
And it's a lot of, I see a lot of services going that way every, Saturdays and
Right.
Mondays. Do you do a lot of services connected with Paradise?
We do. We
Oh.
do. Yes.
All right, we're here with Jason. Jason, tell us what you do here at Paradise.
Oh, a little bit of everything.
What's your job, Tyler? You a grave digger? You a what?
I'm a supervisor.
Supervisor? How many graves y'all dig every week, you think?
Probably on average, on the weekends, anywhere from 10 up.
10 up. Is it a long process?
No, it's not a long process.
Y'all got the bulldozers and stuff.
But we got the backhoes and everything.
What are those boxes that I see y'all put in the graves?
Concrete boxes,
The-
it's required by state.
oh, that's required by, that's the law? What is that, concrete? They put it in every grave, huh? Jason, what's his name? What's your first last name?
Jason?
Jason. Just Jason.
Yep.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
And I'm very familiar with Paradise Cemetery. The locations, they have the gardens, and they also have the baby land, and they have an old baby land, a new baby land, and I'm pretty much familiar with all the areas in the cemetery, so I can help the families
Pretty
a lot.
much know the staff down there.
Yes,
Been
I
working
do.
with them for a lot of years.
Right, and that's actually where I grew up,
Okay.
in the funeral services,
Oh,
Paradise.
okay. Well, it was nice talking to you. Thank you again for this interview and the opportunity to work here.
Yes.
And it's been a pleasure.
And we love having you here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Service. I understand that there's a special way you guys close your caskets during the services. You mind showing me how you do that, and why do y'all do that?
Well, we know that the family is looking, or anyone that's close to this person, they know this is their final view of their person, and we want to make it as softly as possible, and it's kind of like you're tucking them in bed.
Oh, okay. All right. How do y'all do? How is it done?
Okay, well, first of all, what we do, we take this part, we just call the apron, and we take it and fold it like this. Okay, real soft. And then we take the valance, and then we tuck it, just like if you're tucking that person in bed. Then we close it as soft as we can.